Hi students, in this video lesson we are going to study about the senses. Yes, we have 5 senses. The sense of sight, the sense of smell, sense of sound, sense of touch and the sense of taste. Let's think. How does our sense of sight help us? What are some of the examples that we can see with our eyes? Can you explain how our eyes work? Our sense of sight helps us to see the world around us. We use our eyes to look at colors, shapes, and sizes of objects. When we look at things, light enters our eyes and sends the message to our brain, which then help us understand what we are looking at. We can see the blue sky, green trees, and colorful flowers because of our sense of sight. Let's think, how does our sense of touch help us? What are some examples of textures and temperatures that we can feel? Our sense of touch helps us feel different textures and temperatures. We use our skin to touch things like soft blankets, rough rocks, and cold ice cream. When we touch objects, tiny nerves in our skin sends the message to our brain, which then help us to understand what we are touching. We can feel the warmth of the sun on our skin and the coldness of water on our hands and the softness of puppy's fur. Now think, how does our sense of smell helps us notice things in our environment? And what are some of the examples of scents that we can detect with our nose? Our sense of smell helps us notice different scents in the air. We use our nose to smell things like flowers, food, and even our favorite toys. When we breathe in air through our nose, the tiny smell receptors inside our nose send the message to our brain, which then help us understand what we are smelling. We can smell the fresh scents of flowers, the aroma of cookies, and the fragrance of rain. Let's think, how does our sense of taste help us? What are the flavors that our taste buds can detect? Our sense of taste helps us enjoy different flavors of food. We use our tongue to taste sweet, sour, and salty and bitter things. When we eat food, the tiny taste buds on our tongues send a message to our brain, which then help us understand what flavors we are experiencing. We can taste the sweetness of candy, the sourness of lemons, and the saltiness of popcorns. Let's think. How do we use our sense of hearing to experience the world? What are some of the examples of sounds that we can hear? Our sense of hearing helps us listen to the sounds all around us. We use our ear to hear different noises like people talking, birds singing, and the cars honking. When the sound waves enter our ears, they travel to our brain, which then help us understand what we are hearing. We can hear the sounds of rain falling, music playing, and our friends laughing.